In a charged moment in London, Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the UK Conservative Party and a woman of Nigerian descent, stood before an audience and declared with unwavering conviction, "I am not Nigerian. I was born in the UK. I serve the UK, and my home is England." Her words carried a sharp edge as she smirked and added, "People keep asking me about my roots. I say, I left Nigeria behind. It's a poor, backward country. We must stop romanticizing it." The statement, caught on camera, ignited a firestorm across African social media. From Lagos to Accra, Kano to Kinshasa, outrage spread like wildfire. Clips of her speech were shared relentlessly, each view amplifying the anger and disbelief. But no response was as piercing as that of Captain Ibrahim, the young president of Burkina Faso. Within 24 hours, his spokesperson announced that had requested a direct phone call with Badenoch, no advisors, no translators, just the two of them. It was a call that would echo through modern African history. When the line connected, Badenoch's tone was light at first. "Ah, President of Burkina Faso," she said, almost playfully. "This is quite a surprise." But's voice cut through, cold and unflinching. "Don't worry, I'm not calling as a politician. I'm calling as an African." Silence hung heavy. "You say you are not Nigerian," he continued. "Then let me remind you of what you seem to have forgotten." He recounted her story with precision. Her mother, 8 months pregnant, had boarded a flight from Lagos to London just before Margaret Thatcher's government pushed for new immigration laws to end birthright citizenship. Badenoch was born in Wimbledon just in time. But that wasn't the full story. "You were sent back to Nigeria," said. "Do you remember? You grew up in Lagos. You studied in a local school. You ate jollof on the streets. You were a teenage Nigerian girl, even if you pretend not to be." His voice grew firmer. "So when you call Nigeria a backward country, you're not just insulting your own blood. You're insulting millions who fight every day to build something better with fewer resources than you ever had." Badenoch tried to interrupt, her voice sharp now. "I was taken there. I didn't choose." Cut her off. "No, but you chose to erase it, and that's worse." The call, leaked within hours, was broadcast word for word by Burkina Faso state media. Nigerian youth shared it with a mix of pride and anger, and across West Africa, the hashtag trended. The full 12-minute recording surfaced soon after, unfiltered and raw. African news stations played it on loop, while British media scrambled to provide context, but the damage was done. In the recording, his calm voice carried weight. "Kemi," he said, "do you know what it means to carry your people in your name but drop them when it's inconvenient?" Badenoch's response was clipped, defensive. "Mr. President, I have worked hard to be where I am. I'm British. I don't owe Nigeria my success." Didn't raise his voice. "No one is questioning your success," he said. "But success does not require shame. It's one thing to call yourself British. It's another to spit on the land that gave you breath." He paused, then continued. "You said Nigeria is backward. Do you forget who wiped your nose when you had malaria? A Nigerian nurse. Who taught you math in secondary school in Surulere? A Nigerian woman with chalk in one hand and a baby on her back. You can pretend you were born in Buckingham Palace, but we remember you when your shoes had holes and you begged to borrow textbooks." Badenoch's voice cracked. "That's enough. You have no right to bring up my past. I serve my country. I am loyal to England." So reply was ice cold. "And yet it was Nigeria that held you when the UK ignored you, that nursed you when England would have forgotten you, that gave your mother refuge when she had nothing. Tell me then, who truly made you?" The backlash was explosive. Clips flooded Instagram and TikTok. Nigerian mothers wept on camera saying, "He spoke for us." She insulted all of us. A Nigerian professor wrote, "Kemi Badenoch's success is not the problem. Her denial is." Ibrahim reminded us that dignity is not optional. Outside Badenoch's constituency office in Essex, protesters gathered, Nigerians, Ghanaians, Kenyans waving signs that read, "Proud to be African. We are not backward." The humiliation peaked during a live BBC interview when the host asked, "Do you stand by your words that Nigeria is backward?" Badenoch hesitated, visibly shaken. "I meant the government has issues," she stammered. "But you said the country is backward," the host pressed. "I misspoke," she said, but the silence that followed spoke louder. Her colleagues in Westminster whispered that she had picked the wrong fight. Hadi embarrassed her without raising his voice. Then came a bold move. Announced that Badenoch was banned from entering Burkina Faso until she issued a public apology to Nigeria and the African continent. The world gasped. No African president had ever banned a UK political figure for disrespect before. Headlines screamed, "Burkina Faso bans UK minister for insulting Africa." Inside 10 Downing Street, advisors were stunned. They had underestimated, dismissing him as just another young African leader. Now he was a voice millions were listening to, not just in Burkina Faso, but across the continent. In Nigeria, radio stations in Abuja and classrooms in Port Harcourt replayed the call. A Nigerian student said on TikTok, "You can have 2 flags in your heart, but don't burn one to wave the other." An old video of Badenoch from 2003 resurfaced, showing her speaking fluent Yoruba at a Lagos youth event, laughing and proud of her roots. The caption read, "So what changed?" The UK government scrambled to contain the scandal. Quiet meetings were held with Burkina Faso's diplomats, but stance was firm, no apology, no retreat. Then Adesua, one of Badenoch's old classmates from Lagos, appeared on national TV. "Kemi and I used to write poems about Nigeria together," she said. "She told me she'd grow up to bring pride to Nigeria abroad." Then she changed. Photos of Badenoch in school uniform at a Nigerian cultural day flooded the internet with captions like, "You forgot us, but we remember you." Badenoch's team was in crisis. MPs distanced themselves, interviews were cancelled, and donors grew silent. She remained defiant in public, but behind closed doors, she was unraveling. Meanwhile, his influence grew. He addressed the Pan-African Youth Congress in Ouagadougou, saying, "When someone denies their roots, they spit in the face of every child living that reality. To call Nigeria backward is to insult the strength of a mother cooking by candlelight to send her child to school." The crowd erupted. A movement was born, the Root Pride movement, spreading across African cities with the slogan, "You don't have to deny where you're from to succeed." T-shirts bore both UK and Nigerian flags, demanding respect for dual identities. A leaked UK Foreign Office memo revealed Badenoch had requested a private apology from to salvage her image. His response? A public letter. "I do not apologize for standing up for Africa's dignity. If speaking truth cost me favor in London, so be it." The scandal deepened when a former UK diplomat admitted on Al Jazeera, "Many British leaders secretly hold these views." Badenoch just said it out loud. They fear strength. Her political future crumbled as British African youth groups refused to endorse her, and Nigerian lawyers in London petitioned to censure her speech. Across Africa, had become a symbol. But the UK wasn't done. Tabloids published leaked documents alleging Had accepted undeclared funds. He responded with a press conference in Ouagadougou, holding up the documents. "These are fabrications," he said. "I've asked for a full investigation by Burkina Faso's Anti-Corruption Commission and independent African oversight. I have nothing to hide." A retired MI6 officer, Paul Hargrave, confirmed the smear campaign, admitting it targeted the influence across Africa. Badenoch made a final attempt to regain control, requesting a televised debate with Badenoch made a final attempt to regain control, requesting a televised debate with Badenoch made a columnist debate with Badenoch made a final attempt to regain. He declined with one sentence, "I do not debate truth. I stand in it." His words trended for days. Then a 9-year-old Nigerian British girl named Amara sent a handwritten letter posted online by her mother. Sometimes kids laugh at me and say Africa is poor and dirty, she wrote. But when I watched your video, I cried. You made me feel proud to be African. Responded with a video message. Amara, I am proud of you. Never let anyone shame your roots. Your name is beautiful, your people are beautiful, and your voice matters. The video garnered 50 million views in 3 days. The final shock came when the Nobel Peace Prize Committee shortlisted for revitalizing African dignity through nonviolent leadership. Badenoch's furious reaction, calling it a reward for populism, backfired, with thousands responding, he earned respect. You attacked your heritage. In Nigeria, Marsh supported his nomination, with placards reading, he made us proud to be African again. A leaked letter revealed Nigeria's president had privately opposed the nomination, sparking a scandal. The Nobel Committee stood firm. Leadership is measured by the truths one dares to speak. In Ouagadougou, visited a school, asking children what they'd tell the world. A girl smiled and said, Africa is not poor. We are just beginning. Nodded. Yes, and we will begin with truth. The video became the most watched African clip of the year, with 100 million views. A former UK parliamentarian admitted Kemi's mistake was generational. The future belongs to people like unbought, unbent. That night, walked alone through the presidential gardens, carrying the hopes of millions. Whether he won the Nobel or not, he had already changed history, giving a continent its voice.